G'day people, welcome to my channel, and this is just a little bit of an intro for the first video of my European series. It's got a working title at the moment, I think, of the French Connection. I'm not too sure of that, but just to give you a bit of background, I am legitimately homeless, and I was made legitimately homeless over 3 years ago. It's only been sort of the last year that I embraced that and made the most of my situation, because I could not obtain help from any charities or authorities within the London area, which is where I was at the time. Not sure why, probably, I don't know, I'm not going to get into that right now because that's politics and that's not for this channel. This channel is about me getting by, me doing what I do within a legal framework. Welcome along to the journey. If you missed the Homeless Winter series, that is on a playlist on my channel. This is the start of the European leg. I am in France. I got here for next to nothing with my bicycle. This is how I live. This is everything I own in the whole world. Everything I've got in the world right now is on this bike. I've got my bedroom and lounge, I've got my cook gear, and I've got my kitchen up the front here. There, it's very hard backwards and inside out. Anyway, check out the first one of this French leg, French Connection. The homeless Kiwi does France. Thanks for being here, guys. Enjoy your time. I've got 90 days in which to doss my way through Europe. I'm aiming for abandoned dwellings, disused industrial areas, old farms and hamlets, places that don't have souls anymore. And I'm going to call each one my home for the night. And I've got 90 days to do this. So to say it's a little bit daunting is it's pretty much an understatement. New country, no SIM card as yet. It's gone dark. All the places I've seen tonight to kit that I thought were suitable have got a load of people waiting to cross the channel. Just tents galore. I took some as a shore, and I'll just stick some in here and show you what it was that I've seen so far. Looks like I'm competing for sleeping spots tonight, guys. This is pretty horrific, what I'm seeing here. I've only cycled about 5k from the ports up at Dunkirk, and it's been like this pretty much the whole way, but this is by far the worst encampment I've seen. It's a bit of an eye-opener. It really is. There's so many waiting. So many. Really quite sad. But I found a retail complex. These are always a good shout. And I'm assuming it doesn't matter what country you're in. So I'm just going to have a mooch around here, see if there's any decent spots I can see. If I do find a spot, I'll bring you back, yeah? Excitement level off the charts. Trepidation off the charts. Anxiety slowly rising. I'll tell you what. Feels good. Touch base later, guys. Okay, well the retail complex didn't quite work out. So I cycled another few miles. I'm in the heart of Dunkirk at the moment. And I found myself a nice little church with a good corner here. You're probably not going to be able to see much because it's pretty dark. See if I can see something. You can sort of see me set up in the corner here anyway. Okay, so this is it so far. Just in this corner, it's nothing flash. I've got my bike up there. Bike's in the corner there, and I'm under there somewhere. Morning. So there you go. That gives you a bit of a better idea. This is, I'll show you a long shot of this church, and I was this side. I seem to have picked the only corner as well, this shade this morning, because the sun's out, but I have not felt the sun as yet. Beautiful church, very unique in style. I like the stained glass windows in that. So it was really just a real simple setup. I've got my bike over that way. That's leaning against the brick wall there. My bike is standing up. And then I've just tucked the tarp behind that. pulled it out this way and just pegged it along this edge here that you can see, and it's giving me a little bit of headroom just over here. You can see against the wall. It's it did me job. See if I can I'll flick it back and show you. Go. That's basically it. That's what was me last night. Works out really well having the bike. The bike just gives you something to fix to. Keeps you really cool, really cozy and everything. It's alright. I like it. Anyway, I'm going to pack up. No Belandry there, thought there was. Off to the next one. See you shortly. Goes without saying, guys. Yeah, leave it as you find it. Common sense, really. As long as you're not hurting anyone, doing harm to anything, and leaving a shit state behind you, just be you, man. There's no rules to follow doing this, you know. Keep those tenets in mind. Don't harm anyone. Don't bring disturbance to anyone. Leave it as you find it. Yeah. You can have a fire if you want a fire. Make sure it's out when you leave. More on that later. See you later. Along the way, you're just going to stop and keep refueling. Especially on days like this. Today it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I'm about 5 miles outside of Dunkirk at the moment, heading south, following the Canal de Dunkirk, I think it is. You know, when you get on a stretcher path like this, it just makes all the hardship all that much more worthwhile. Just hitting that zone, that moment. It's beautiful, it really is. It's hot as well. The fields are lush. Love it. This is me for the next 3 months. Meandering aimlessly through Europe. You know, I don't think there's been... What am I saying? I watched a video the other day. Made me giggle. It was like a an instructional video on how to be a proper nomad, and really I think that just takes everything away. If you want to label yourself a nomad, by all means label yourself a nomad, but I think to apply rules and ways of doing things to being a nomad takes away everything that encompasses being a nomad. I'm not saying break rules and do what you like, but to me, I believe one of the core tenets of actually being one of the types that strives for that way of life, then do no wrong. And I don't mean that in a legal sense. Like, am I recording? Am I wasting my time here? No, I am recording. It's hard to see, the sun's on the screen. There's not many rules that I believe you have to follow in life. In fact, rules, I don't think you should follow any rules, because rules are made up by man, by bodies, by authorities. Do no wrong to your fellow man. Don't say any bad words about your fellow man. Leave the place that you've decided to call your home, your base for the night, where you decide to lay your head. Leave it as you found it. If you want to have a fire, do it in a safe manner, and make sure it's out before you move on the next day, or whenever you move on, later that day, whenever it is. Look after yourself and look after your fellow man as well. You know, you shouldn't need laws to follow. I think know, it's rules on how to be a nomad. I mean, that was pathetic. It really was. And there's been a few on YouTube. I'm not going to name any names, but there's been a few on YouTube lately that have gone down that road. And I can understand why certain people have wanted to voice their opinion. You know, it's a very egotistical thing to do, though, I think. You just stick to the core truths, yeah? And I'm not preaching here. I'm just saying it from my point of view. How I live, how I do what I do. Whether you want to class me as homeless, a hobo, a vagabond, an idiot, a dickhead, a nomad, whatever, doesn't matter. I do what I do and I don't harm anyone in the process. And I leave the place like it was when I arrived. I think that's the only things we really need to live by, with all the other stuff that's going on at the moment. Keep that close to your heart, keep it in your heart, and you can't go wrong. Certainly don't go listening to other people on how to live your life. Keep them truths central to your body, and you'll do fine. And good things will happen to you. Good experiences will come your way. Live truthfully and do no harm to you or the environment. That's what it comes down to. Anyway, I'll enjoy my cup of tea and get back to this wonderful view. It's the little things like this when you're cycling along and you discover free food on the ground. I got me a potato. Oh, and I dropped my bike. One potato secured. I can fry that up, not go down a tree. Rural France, don't you love it? Free food coming out the gunnels. It's getting to that time of day when I've got my eyes open now for some place to kip. I'd like a bit of daylight whilst I set up tonight. Plus I'd like to try and start the edit on this next video for this weekend. So, all going well, there'll be something knocking around these parts. So flat and so green. Okay, so I've found myself a spot for the night. Just going up for 5 o'clock. There's always a good shout, doesn't matter where you are. But you've got really a lot of options between sort of retail parks, industrial areas and sports complexes. Churchyards. They never seem to put you out anyway. But I've settled on a sports complex tonight. It's in the middle of a little sort of villagey type area, but I mean it's quite a large lush green area, as you can see behind me. I've got shelter over here, so I'm going to kip up there for the evening, I feel. And I've got some food. I got some food from a butcher, or the French equivalent of a butcher, and they did sort of meals to go, ready meals. And he's done like it's like a mushroomy offal type stewy thing, and I got a jar of, not a can, but a jar of peas. So I'm going to be having, I'm just going to heat it up in my little fry pan that I've got. Like a liver and mushroom onion stew with some fresh peas in there as well. I'll bring you back on when that's nice and steaming, and you can see my little result. And it's going to be a pretty basic kip tonight, because I've got shelter ready made. I mean, it's not going to rain. Look at the sky. Yeah, we're getting to the stage now where we don't need to worry about shelter. We can just kip anywhere, and it won't be an issue. But I'm just going to do my bedroll tonight, just down on the floor there in front of my bike, secure everything in place, and do it from that. Nice and simple, no tarp required. You see what I see? Do you see what I see? I think I found my spot. I checked out of the sports ground. There was a few people turning up to play sport, funnily enough. Luckily I did, because I found this place. Well, I didn't find it because it was never lost. Nice and cool in here anyway. As in temperature. Oh, this will do nicely, this. This is alright. Yeah. You know, there's not many rooms in here. For the size of it outside, I suppose the walls are like 3 feet thick, aren't they? Nicey nice. Yeah, 3 feet thick by the looks of it. Wonder if there are bullet holes there. What do you reckon? Directly in line with that window there. I dare say they are. Is there somewhere opposite that window? No. Yeah, I reckon this will do tonight. 3 main rooms. This must be the generator room. Yeah, big flue there. Right. I'll probably keep just in the entrance here, I'd say. I don't want to be too far in there. I find if I'm too far into here, it's like, look, I wonder if there are bullet holes over there as well. See them over there? Ish. There probably would be, wouldn't there, I suppose? Nice one. Can't ask for a more secure place to kip for the night, I reckon. Yeah, I'll probably just kip in the entrance here, I think. Cleanest that's been in 80 years. Right, I'll get set up now. Get some tea on the go. This adapter works really well for these gas. These are like £2 a pop. That's what I picked that up for. And this is the little adapter that you can get off Amazon. It's that's brilliant, huh? The only thing I find is this gas doesn't seem to create as much heat as the gas I was used to using. But for the price difference, you know, well worth it, I think. Lasted alright as well. Wow. iodinized salt. You cannot buy this in the UK. They stopped selling it a little while ago. I'm not sure why. Well, I'm assuming that's what they did, because I can never find it anymore. And I don't use it all the time, but I think it's definitely beneficial to have iodine salt on occasion, because it's very hard to get iodine in your diet, and you need it for your thyroid and stuff. So when in Rome, I've got to get to my liver and peas now. It's boiling away quite nicely. That's my tea tonight in this bunker. See you later. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for being here. Stay beautiful, people. We'll see you on the next one. That was delicious. I'm going to end it here. This one finishes here. The next one will pick this up in the morning. That's how I'm going to structure them from now on, I think. Don't know why. Came to me just then. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me, guys. And thanks for the support on and off Patreon. If you're not jumped over on the Patreon yet, go and give it a nosy, because the guys on Patreon knew about this bunker camp night of relaxation several days back. Thanks for sticking with me. As I was saying, stay beautiful. I have a full belly of good food. I'm going to kick back, relax, edit this video and get it sorted for this Saturday. We'll see you on the next one. We'll see you in the morning, or for you in a few days. It's very strange.